that group. So if you can print that off, that'd be great, so as you get them exactly right. Not the end of the world that if you don't, because we've got laminated sheets of them, okay? And these we will take on match days, and your names will be added into the certain positions. So if we start on the first one, which is the love train, obviously we all know that one from the England World Cup one. But basically, we get the corner player there, one on the keeper there, and the rest are lining up there. What's crucial on the runs in from these players is 2 back. We might need 3 back, depending on what they leave up. Okay, I don't think they're going to leave 5 up, so don't worry about those ones there. But basically, what we do with the 5 that are coming in, it'll be near, far, edge. So near, far, and into there, and the 1 securing. So that's all the love train is, guys. So it's pretty basic, simple, but it's the first one that we'll set up, so as we've got an idea of what we're actually doing, okay? So if we take it out of there again, and we'll go on to number 2, which is a bevo. And again, it's depending on the numbers and where we're actually going to be lining up. So let's say we're something like that, and they've left, say they've left 2 up for now. Okay, so we've got 2 marking and 1 screening in front. What's crucial with the bevo is the dummy run of these 2 here, the blockers. Okay, so the first one, and this is corner number 2, if we remember, if the ball, he's going to scream it, and this player's going to come to there and then stop. Just a dummy run so as we recognize who are the players that are going to be blocking us out. What we'll then do, okay, is this player will then go back to do his second run up. So the corner taker is key in all of this. He calls the decision. The problem I've had in the past, the corner taker comes about here and he shouts what he's going to do, but he doesn't do it loud enough so everyone is clear. So corner number 1 is the love train. Corner number 2 is this one. Now, on corner number 2, as he makes his run, this one here now blocks off any runner in there. This one is going to be blocking any secondary player there. This player may well have a player. If he has, I want this player to affect the block. This player is then going to zip it to this sort of area, hopefully straight to my drawing, okay, to that area. Whereas this player's coming in, made that short run. He's going to step over it, and this one is going to strike it. Where we may have a problem on this, and what we've done in the past, is when we know corner number 2, one of these players knows he's got to drop back, because where we can make it even more definite to get a strike on is these 2 stay as the blockers. And as that ball is coming there, this one starts running. As he starts running to take it in, he'll run over it, and that one creeps up, and he takes the shot. Okay? So this one will do the dummy. These will be the blockers, and that one will take the shot. Does that make sense, Matt? Does that all, how we do it?
Yeah,
Matt,
that makes sense, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay. Any questions on this now? Don't be afraid to shout out if you don't get it or anything, because we will go over it, but it's easier if you stop me as we go along. I'll stop after every one. So are we happy with that? And what we'll do is, on the day, these players on the laminated sheets will all have names on, so you'll know your individual positions and where you should and where you shouldn't be. Okay, so you all happy with that? We'll go on to number 3, which is a bit of a mad one, and that's why we've called it Hooper, okay? So we're setting it up as 2 blockers in there, okay? 3 at the back post again, and 1 on the edge, and then we've got 1 secure in there, because they'll leave at least 1 up, maybe 2, okay? So that's how we're setting up, but my number 10 is going to be on the keeper. Now that is, again, we'll identify whoever that player is. Now, when the player here starts it, okay, he's going to have both hands in the air. This is number 3. So the corner taker is essential on all of them, as I said. He's going to have both hands in the air, 2 hands up in the air. This player will then know he's going to make a run around, not around the goal, but inside the net, because he'll be marked by that player there. He's going to get round the keeper. So this player will fall back behind him. He's then going to come short for it. As he comes short, this player is going to zip the ball into him, okay, whilst also coming to support for the return. Now, the first time that you do this, I would set it back for him, okay, to do, he'll have 3 options, depending on how it's set, etc., how they set up in there. He can either shoot, okay, he can either cross far post, or he can set to the edge, okay, so he's got 3 options. It can shoot it to the far post or to the edge. When you do this one again, because hopefully you'll have more than 3 or 4 corners, and when you do this one, where it can work superbly, and I've had it work for me, is this player His mate has now caught up with him, but the first time he saw him pop it there, so he's trying to read it, and he'll take a step forward. Can he receive it on the back foot and take it in? 9 times out of 10, I've had that work probably at least 60% of the time. He gets to turn and drive into the box. So he then has an option, obviously a pullback or even a shot at goal. Okay, so it's a pretty simple one. But again, these will all take time to do, but it's crucial that we get kind of set plays set in our routine that we all understand. And the 18s and 21s are going to use both set plays exactly the same, so it won't make any difference. Does that make sense, Matt? Brilliant. Okay, we'll go to number 4. Number 4, okay, and you might think, crikey, do we need all these set plays? Trust me, over a season you will, guys, because you want to mix it up as well. Okay, number 4, they're too big for the goal line, but they're all going to be on the goal line, okay? And so he's on the goal line. We got 1 there, and we got 3 back again. Number 4 on the goal line, okay? And what we're trying to do, all right, the player's going to be in there for them. What we're aiming to do with this one, all the players will line up on the goal line. They will not move till he starts his run. So he takes his 2 steps back or 3 steps. When he starts his run, their movement starts. I want the middle one to go near post for a flick in case it's a bad corner, because ideally I want us to target that area where this one or this one will pull into those areas to win the header. These 2 then will become the secondary players to be proactive for either a header across goal or a header at goal, depending on how the delivery is and how good they think they can actually deliver that. Okay, so again, like I said, it'll be the middle one. So on a match day, for example, we would have, say, if that was your number 9, whoever that might be on the day, let's just say it's Basencio, Morgs, whoever that might be for the 21s, the 18s, whether it's Harley, Freddie, whoever, he comes near post. These 2 drip off to far post. Those go back in there for second phase. Okay, and that'll be your 4th one. And again, he's just securing the box on the edge. So those are the 4 attacking ones. Does that make sense, Matt?
Yes.
Thank you. Just checking you're paying attention, really. Okay, so what we're doing there, guys, is we're going to do defending corners. And this is going to be a lot down to what you actually do as players, and you make those decisions. Because for one thing that's a gimme, and this will not change, the corners from this side, our own player won't take it, but I'm going to leave him there. We will always have one on the far post. We will always have one in that kind of 6-yard box, but touching the near post, but a little bit out. He's got to stop any delivery into that area, any delivery. And it is frightening to think how important that player is. In fact, he is that important. Sometimes he's more important than the keeper, trust me, okay? So he's there. If the ball goes over his head, he drops onto the post. So he goes to the back. He goes to the back post because the ball will be there. So he's into there. Those are the positions that are guaranteed. The other positions we were going to try and guarantee is we're going to leave 3 up, okay, at all times. And the crucial one will probably be this player. And I want to spread that wide apart. Bearing in mind, guys, we're going to be, in all due respect, probably a smallish side because we're 2 years down on 18s and we'll potentially be 3 years down on 21s. So we want to leave 3 players up. And again, we'll identify that as management staff. We will then, these 4 players can either 2 options, and this will be down to you players. We'll identify the best players from head in. They can either man mark or they can zonal. I will leave that down to the players. So I've printed both off. There's your zonal, okay? And then this one then, his job will be securing that player because he will edge. And it's down to you to be more proactive than he is, okay? Again, that doesn't mean I want them to come in. I still want them to stay out wide, all right? But that's down to you players, whether you actually go zonal or man for man. Does that make sense, Matt?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. On the free kick defending one, guys, and the reason that I've put this up, and I'll go off the board now, because I think, no, I'll keep the board there. We'll put that one on there. Okay. I think you can see that. What you'll see there on the free kick defending, ours are the purple ones. The reason that it's crucial that we do this is that the staff will identify who we put in the wall. So at the start of the game, you will be told, for example, we've got Nathan Wheel, Lewis Lloyd, Ewan Hooper, probably he would go in there knowing him, but just any 4 players, they will be identified and they know that they're in the wall. So everyone knows their roles and responsibilities. So that's another one on the free kick defending. Now, I've given you 2 attacking free kicks, but I'm just going to go over one. And the only reason I'm going to go over it, guys, is that it gives you a little bit of an idea. Because 9 times out of 10, if there's anything in around there, you're probably going to want to shoot anyway. But it could be just into these areas, which 9 times out of 10, what you would do in any normal level, apart from the Premier League, would possibly aim for the big man and putting it into the box. Again, I go back to the fact that we're probably going to be 2 years down on 18s, 3 to 4 on 21. So we need to be a little box clever. So let's just say they've put a wall in. Okay. We've got a free kick taker on the ball. One there. We've got 3 or 4 guys standing on the far post. We've got one into there. What I want then, and these will be identified by us again, is our best header and our most potent striker who likes to get across the near post. They're going to come and stand with him. Now, when I've done this before, I've done it with Westfields in our FA Cup run, and we got a lot of success from it. The trouble is, teams watched us, so they knew what we were doing. So they would put 2 players there that are going to pick up them. Now, that probably won't happen at our level, but what will happen is they'll know that, let's just say that's a big centre-half. Let's just say that's, you know, Ryan Price, Mark Derricott, Robbie Gore, one of you guys, okay, there is a header, okay, and our striker. That player will stand there watching you. What I want to do is our player on the edge here, he has to act as a blocker. Because what we're going to do, this player is going to whip the ball in, arc shaped like that, right-footed, okay? So what happens is these 2 stay there. This player, they talk over it, don't know what we're doing. Yeah, okay, fine. He takes his run back. These players now drift as if they're going far post. So they're going in steadily. Then all of a sudden they look over this player now knows when they get to that area, he has to now deliver. They're going to make that run into there. So even if this player starts to go with them, they'll be ambling in. So they're going at a slow pace. So similar to my sort of pace. And then as they amble, it's shot into there and shot into there. And that ball's whipped in, and 9 times out of 10, you can get something on it. Now, you may well do it. A lefty could do it, and a left footer could bend it that way. And again, they could get something on it. And the benefit of having a lefty, obviously, on that one is the ball can carry on that sort of way than if a right footer does it. So you can adapt that one. It can come this side, and you could use a right footer curling it in like that. And the boys that are ambling in, again, they would just drift away, and then shoot into that sort of area. Again, just a very, very basic one, guys, but I do think that it's something that we need to try. And all of this, putting it on the tactics board might sound rather confusing at the moment, guys, if you haven't looked at the sheets. But once you've studied the sheets, it's not confusing. Trust me, I couldn't make it confusing if I tried. I'm not that intelligent, okay? Right, we'll do the throw-in one, and then we'll have a chat. Throw-in one, okay? So basically, we get our wide right, so our right midfielder and our centre midfielder go together. Our number 9 will come over, or our best player at securing the ball. They'll all be marked. Okay, we'll have a throw-in taker there. Then we'll have our centre mids there, and they'll be picked up. And then we'll have a couple of players in the box, sort of thing. Okay, what I want from this one, and this is crucial, and this isn't just any sort of throw-in speciality, guys. The player who's taking the throw, if he holds it in his right hand, it's going down the line to his right. So it's opposite for these 2 players. So if it's in his right hand, he can throw it down the line. If it's in his left hand, he could throw it into there or to this player's feet. Okay. But what I prefer, now this will only come off maybe once or twice in a game, but it will work, is these 2 players make a run to him as if they want it. So both say at the same time feet. They then pull off. Okay. So it has to be an arc run. The amount of times I've done this with thick players, plenty of them, and they just do that, and they just do that. So they go there, and they stay there, or they drift to there. What I want you to do, you have to make these players move. So again, remember what we talked, the 7 and 1 movements. 2 movements for this one. Bump the player. Yes, I want it. He'll come back. Same with him. He'll do exactly the same. We then throw it into his feet. This player, as the ball travels, he travels, and he just sets it for him to either hit it or to drive into the box. Now, I have scored a couple of goals, not me personally, obviously. I'd never miss. But a couple of times we have got success from doing that. But again, it is just basic little ones, guys, but it gives us a little bit of an advantage. We may well need that this season. Share screen.